Gaffer, I think it's safe to say that Tuesday was a frustrating night for everybody here at Playmore, but going by your post-match comments, I don't think anyone's feeling that any more than you and the players.
No, we were disappointed with the start, because it was important to get a good start, and they got their goal pretty early, 20 minutes or so, and that gave them more power to their elbow, and we couldn't quite get into it. Of course they went 2-0 up, and then we had Brad's chance just before half time, straight after their goal, and that would have given us 45 minutes to try to get back into it. The second half we did a little bit better, but we were definitely the second best team on the day. And I always say on the day because things always change and things happen. But by the time we play them next time, we could be a lot closer, hopefully, to them. But that's our hope. But credit to them on the day, they were better, and we've got to try and get a little bit of consistency, because a few days before that, we played well against Bath and deserved it, and they were up there as well. So it's frustrating is the word we use, because we have a good game and a not so good game, and then a good game, not so good game, sort of thing. So we always have meetings with the lads. Today actually it will be, because obviously we played Tuesday, Wednesday they needed off, and then we look at the review, and we hope that they take from it that some of them needed to do a little bit more. None of them are out there not trying. They all go out of that dressing room, with fire in their belly. Now, what puts that out sometimes is a goal against, but we got to make sure that they don't feel that way. It should just make you more determined to get the game back. And we all get a little bit disappointed for the fans, really, because 1 week we're good, next week we're not so good. But we'll see. We got a tough, good patch coming up, and so we got to stay bright. We still, we got to stay confident in the players that we know can play, and eventually you hope to get that consistency from them.
You've mentioned before that often the case with players at this level is consistency, and obviously you're being proven right in so many ways on this. Like you say, 3 days before the Oval game, took on Bath City, who were riding high, one of the top scorers in the league, managed to keep a clean sheet for them, got the 3 points. You've mentioned about consistency. Obviously, with so many teams locked, you can put 6 points between 3 points and almost 14. The chances there for every team in amongst that group to go on a run and actually finish it pretty high up in the table.
Yeah, well, Yeovil are the team. Yeovil and Averley are two teams that are on their very good run at the minute. Now, 10 games unbeaten or whatever it is, 11, 12, what Yeovil's unbeaten run is a very good run. And if you're going to get what we all want, the promotion, then at some stage we've got to have a very good run. But it's early days. I've been at a couple of promotions where we were behind at this stage. We were behind at this stage in this league when I first came here, when we was it 14th in September or something. So, we know that you can make it up, and that's what we've got to try and achieve, and try and keep the boys' belief in themselves and their teammates. And I think we've got that. It's just circumstances sometimes. We lost Callum pretty early, didn't we? We're always all disappointed that we haven't got our regular players regular enough. The injured lads who give us that experience that was needed against Yeovil. So we can't cry over that. It is what it is. Most of them are impact injuries, so they're injuries that they get through kicks and etc. It's not, no one's fallen off a ladder or something like that and done something stupid. But so we'll keep going. It'll turn around, and we're dedicated to get the job done.
Because it's not just the injuries and the number of injuries that's hampering a side. It is a lot of the experience, isn't it? When you're looking at like Tom Lapsley's, Aaron Jarvis's and Ross Marshall off the field early on Tuesday.
Well, I would say that it actually gives a chance to the other players in your squad that might not have got the chance had the other lads been fit. And so they've got to give me a problem in wondering who do you pick for the next week. Now, if you win a game, then generally it's easy to pick the next team. We need that competition of all the squad being fit, and that sort of sharpens up everyone, because that competition just, you know, makes everybody compete for that place, and in the end the best man gets the job, or the most consistent man gets the job. And that's what we've got to get, really. But our season, the way the season's gone was exactly how the last two games have gone. Played well against Bath, and they were there, up there, and didn't play well against Yeovil, you know. But I think at the moment Yeovil have got that strong squad that, you know, that they can fall back on, if you like. We will have a strong squad when we get our squad fit, you know, and that's the important thing. And when we do, I think we'll see a massive turnaround.
Now, on the plus side, you've added to your squad this week with the signing of Ethan Archer on the bench on Tuesday. Can you tell us a little bit about him, what to expect from him?
Yeah, he's a little bit like when we had Calvin Kalala. You know, he's very quick and nimble on his feet, and he can go past people. He can play wide, or he can play up front, but not as the target man. It was an opportunity that we had. We had a look at him a couple of times after, you know, watching a video. Then we saw all his best bits, but we want to know all his other bits as well. And watching everything and watching him play and getting recommendations from people that have played with him and watched him. And there was a few other clubs that were interested at the time, which was nice. But we got him in quick, and we worked with him for, you know, a week or two, and he come up trumps. We thought, he can make things happen. He's obviously got to get a little bit fitter because he's been playing part time, but he's a fit lad anyway. You know, there's no fat on him at all. In fact, we probably got to put a bit on him. But when we release him to the public, then I think people will see why we signed him.
Now, putting aside the Yeovil defeat for one moment, the home form has generally been pretty good here so far. You've talked about how we've almost also had a case of fortress playing more at times. Yeah. With the trip to Havant and Waterlooville, a team that actually, ironically, has inflicted the only defeat on Yeovil, but the only victory they've had was against Yeovil. Now time to focus on the away form a bit? Yeah,
our away form is, I think, 7 games, 7 points. So we've definitely got to spin that round a little bit, for sure. We can't always rely on, as we've seen, just our home games. And so we've got to go away and be resilient. Every team can beat every team in this league, as you've just said. You know, that was the bottom team beating the top team early on. And they'll be fighting for their lives, because they'll be saying, we've got to get out of trouble now and not later on in the season. So new manager came in. So we're still going to have to play well to win a game away from home on AstroTurf, of course. And we're going to be getting those games, and we've got to find a way. Hopefully starting this week.